Hello and welcome to our instructional video on how to create your own battery-powered message board. So we're a group of engineers from Ohio Northern University in Ada, Ohio, and for our senior project we were tasked with creating a completely wireless electronic post-it note. Yeah, this project was a lot of fun to make, and we hope you guys can follow along with our instructions. So, alright, let's get started. So after you get all the supplies that we've listed down below, the first thing you're going to want to do is take the PCB and connect the 8 female headers, which will ultimately connect to the WaveShare screen. The next thing you're going to want to do is to start soldering. So you're going to solder those 8 headers into the PCB. So after that step, you're going to want to solder in the battery shield. Thanks to our friends at Sparkplug, the pins on the battery shield are the same pins that are on the Photon. So if you need help figuring out where to plug the battery shield into the PCB, just look at the schematic that we have listed. So for the next step, you're going to want to either get pliers or wire cutters and trim off the wires at the bottom of the PCB so it can fit into the box. After you've attached everything to the PCB, soldered and clipped, you're now going to assemble the box. So for this 3D printed box, we've listed a file also in the description. If you have access to a 3D printer, you'll be able to use the file that we put down below in the description to create the same box that we did, or you could even design your own box if you want to. So as you can see in this video, one of our group members connecting the e-ink screen to the front of our 3D printed box, and all you're going to do is screw in the screen to the front and then plug in the interface connectors to the e-ink screen, which connect the screen to the Photon itself. So the next step here is going to be going to the App Store and downloading the Particle Photon app, which this company has created for you to register your photons and allows you to tinker with some of the I/O ports on the Photon and also access the function from our code. So after downloading the app and creating your own account, you're going to want to power up your Photon either using a battery or plugging in your computer. And then you're going to want the device to be in listening mode. And to do that, you're going to want to hold the setup button on the Photon for a few seconds until you see the light flashing blue. Next, while in the app, you're going to want to click to add a new Photon, and it's going to direct you to a screen telling you to go into your settings and go into your Wi-Fi settings, and that's where you're going to connect to your Photon. You should see it in your Wi-Fi list, and it's going to send you back over to the app to let you know that your device is ready for setup. Next, the app is going to have you select which Wi-Fi network you want your Photon to be connected to. Then we'll prompt you for a password if you have a password. If not, it should allow you to join right away. Then after everything is done connecting, you'll be able to name your device whatever you want to, and it'll show up right there on the app. Okay, so once you have your Photon connected to Wi-Fi, you're going to want to go to the Particle Build website, where you can troubleshoot code and flash code to your device. So once you're logged in here and you have your device connected, you should be able to see your Photon connected. Just hover over the little target symbol and you should be able to see your Photon there. So once you see your device in there, make sure the light to the right of your device is blue. That means it's connected and ready to be flashed. Next, you're going to want to create your own app for your Photon and copy the code that we have linked in the description into the app, and click on the check mark at the upper left side of the page to confirm that the code is working correctly. And then above that symbol is a lightning bolt symbol, which is where you will press to flash code to your Photon. So when the code is flashing to the Photon, you'll notice the lights changing from like a maroon color to a white color to green flashing, and then it's going to start breathing a cyan blue, which means that it's connected to Wi-Fi. So one thing about our code that's specific to our senior project was that we wanted to have low power consumption. So here we have the Photon actually turning off around 4 o'clock p.m., going into deep sleep mode, and then waking up at 7 a.m. So if you want to, you could just comment this out, or also if you want to change the time when the Photon goes to sleep, you just change that time hour value. So right now it's 20, which is 4 p.m. So let's say you wanted to go to bed at 7 p.m. You just add 3 to that. And then for our deep sleep mode, we have it sleeping for 15 hours. So we did a calculation 15 times 3,600 to convert it to seconds. And I'll leave some links in our description to another YouTuber who helped us out with this project. And he has a lot of great videos on sleep modes for the Photon. So another thing we've added to the code is this default message. So whenever the new message update function is cleared, this message will show up and you could change it to whatever you want it to be. In the next step, we're going to open the app and you're going to find which Photon you're working with. In our case, it's this one. You're going to go over to data and then open the message update function, and then you'll be able to type in any message you want and click enter. And within a few seconds, it should be showing up on the e-ink screen. Alright, so here you can see the screen flashing multiple times. This is just because we're using a tricolor e-ink screen, so it has to get rid of all the layers before the message can actually be displayed. So there you go. There's the message that we typed in on our cell phone, and there you can see the message displayed right on the screen. We just want to say thank you for checking out this video, and if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave some down below or send us a message on YouTube. Thanks.